babe. Everything's finally finished. Man, that took a lot out of me.
You mean about your parents' inheritance? Yeah, it took a while, didn't it?
Right? Considering Mom's already gone. And there are no other children or family to contest anything. There was none of the typical trouble you always hear about inheritances. And yet it still managed to drag on forever.
I was thinking the same thing. Well, it's not like we really know anything about inheritances except what we've seen on TV. New things take a lot of time.
I just did what the lawyers told me to. Dad was sick for a long time. We were prepared for him to go, but still. We never really got around to the details of everything.
You and your dad had plenty of other stuff on your minds. At least it's finished now.
Yeah, you're right. I was completely swamped taking care of all this for all of January, it feels like.
I really wish I could have helped you out more. If only my business trip was just a little later. But it sounds like you took care of everything just fine.
I sure hope so. Although, if it turns out that I managed to mess even this up, I just know Dad is going to be rolling his eyes up in heaven and telling Mom that he told her so.
But everything is really finished now? There's no final paperwork or anything like that?
I really hope not. The insurance has already paid out. I'm pretty sure everything has been taken care of.
Good. Well, it sounds like you should be able to take it easy now. Time to get some rest.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, how are you doing? You're in a temporary apartment, right? How is it?
I guess it's growing on me. It's not terrible. At least there's no wife to boss me around all the time.
Hey, you love it. You better believe you'll be getting it with interest this weekend.
Oh god, I need to arrange some overtime. But seriously, it's pretty lonely being all by myself so suddenly. I'm even starting to miss your cooking.
Now that I don't believe for a second.
No, seriously, a bit. Anyway, have you decided what you're going to do with the inheritance money? What about some cooking classes?
Oh, nice job changing the topic.
Haha, I do my best. But seriously, you said everything is all finished, right? So, what are you going to do with all the money?
I haven't really decided for sure yet. Maybe just put it into a retirement fund or something?
Hey, really? What for?
I mean, we're both doing all right in our careers right now. We don't have any kids. I don't feel like I'm really wanting for anything right now. So might as well just set it aside for when we really need it, I thought.
Seriously? You're not going to spend any of it at all?
Basically. It's nice to just have it in case something ever comes up. And if nothing ever does come up, we'll have an extra cushy retirement.
Sounds kind of boring though, doesn't it? Your father worked so hard his whole life to give that money to you. I don't know if the two of us could ever amass quite that much. Don't you think it'd be good to put it to some use and buy something we need?
Like what? I can't really think of anything that we really need is the thing.
I was thinking like a new car or something like that. What do you think?
A car? Do we really need a new car? They both still run just fine if you ask me.
Yeah, but I've put a lot of miles on mine already. And I was just looking at the new models the other day and they're looking pretty nice. Just seems like a good chance to upgrade, don't you think?
I really think you'll be okay with the current one. I'm actually really looking forward to the new light rail station being finished. I'd like to drive less, personally. Plus, you've got a rental car for now anyway, while they've got you out in Nebraska.
Yeah, but they've got a fully electric model out now. Think of all the money that we'd save on gas.
I mean, there are a lot of benefits in switching to electric. But still, we only really even use the cars for shopping and commuting these days. I really think we're fine with what we've got.
A bunch of my coworkers have been upgrading recently, though. I look like a caveman driving around in that gas guzzler. It's embarrassing.
Look, I know that your car is really important to you, and I think it's great you're thinking about the environment. But I don't think we need to bring the inheritance into it. Besides, I'd hardly call a hybrid a gas guzzler. We can't just be switching cars all the time so you can keep up with your coworkers. No amount of money is going to cover that kind of spending.
Ugh, really? I thought it was a good idea, though. You are planning on using the money someday, though, right? Why don't you just let me use a little, too?
Not really, to be honest. Let's just let the money collect interest or dividends or whatever. Now, can we please just drop it?
Oh, come on. You really mean to say there's nothing you want to buy? Are you sure you aren't just planning to use the money in secret?
Yeah, I'm going to buy a secret yacht. Grow up. And yeah, there's nothing I can think of that I really want to buy right now, actually. If there was, I would definitely let you know before I bought it.
I wonder. You're not just holding out on me while you enjoy it all.
Okay, seriously, I'm getting tired of this. I'm going to invest the money and that's final. That's the last I want to hear about it, okay?
Yeah, I got it. No need to get so worked up. Just thought I would ask is all.
Well, you've asked. Now leave it be, okay? I know you'd just blow it all if it was up to you.
Well, that's why I always leave all the financial stuff up to you since we got married. I want a new car, a new suit, a new TV. I'm like a saint or something, always waiting so patiently despite these burning desires.
Yeah, the saint who had basically no finances to speak of before we got married. You weren't even able to save up for the wedding. I ended up paying for the whole thing out of pocket.
Yeah, I know. That's my bad. Can we not bring that up anymore, please? I've gotten a lot better since then.
I really wonder. You do an awful lot of grumbling, and it really makes me worry sometimes.
All right already, I said I get it. I'm not going to bring up the inheritance again, okay? My lips are zipped, and it's not like I can get access to it on my own. So, can you get off my back?
All right, sorry. Let's just consider this settled then. And remember that we've got it to take care of us in case there's ever an emergency. And only then.
All right, got it. That's fine with me. It's your money, so you call the shots.
Hey, we need to talk.
I just got out of work and was just about to go get dinner. And I was planning to grab a few drinks tonight as well. Can we talk later?
No. I got a letter today from City Hall informing me that the divorce has been finalized. And when I went to look into it, they told me that you had come in personally to file the paperwork. Do you know anything about this?
Oh, wow. They send you a letter? I had no idea.
What is up with you? You actually did this? You want to get divorced so bad you forged my signature.
I didn't do it. I got Andrew to do your signature. Pretty good, right? Haha. And now we're no longer married. Just like that.
I'm honestly just confused right now more than anything. Why would you do something like that? And why would you and your dumb friend think you would get away with this? What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I mean, I certainly didn't think they were going to mail you a notice. That's for sure. But anyway, I guess we're through now, so it doesn't matter. Huh.
It still matters to me. Why did you do this? I never wanted to get a divorce. We never so much as talked about this.
Isn't it obvious? Did you think I was just going to let you keep all of that inheritance to yourself?
Huh? I'm confused. Like, I literally don't understand what you're talking about right now. What does the inheritance even have to do with this?
Wait, do you seriously not know how a divorce works? When people get divorced, they each get half of the money.
Of course I know about that. But what's your point here?
Wow, how are you seriously this dense? You made it very clear that no matter what I said, you weren't going to let me spend any of the inheritance. So I figured that if we got divorced, I would just get half of it anyway.
Are you being serious right now? Are you in a state of shock or something?
Don't get all angry just because you lost half of your inheritance. I kept my promise to the letter.
What promise?
I said my lips were zipped and I wouldn't bring up the inheritance again. So I put through the divorce paperwork without saying anything.
Well, I really hate to spoil your fun, but you're not getting any of the inheritance.
Oh yeah? Why wouldn't I?
In a divorce, marital property is usually split. But inheritances are considered separate property for a single spouse. So they aren't subject to that split. Did you do any research at all?
See, there it is. There's Riley using big words to try and confuse the situation. How many years have we been married now? You think I'm still going to fall for that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, I guess there's no harm in you just carrying on believing whatever you want. I'm not lying, but either way, it's no sweat off my back.
Okay then. Sure, honey. You're putting on a pretty good face considering how much you've lost here. But we're already divorced. There is no point.
Yeah, about that. You're sure you're happy with the way things are right now?
Yeah, duh. That's why I did it. I'll be talking with a lawyer soon, and you'll be hearing from him about my half of the estate. So you might want to start getting all the paperwork in order now.
Sure, got it. What do you want to do about the house? And what about all of your stuff? Do you want me to send it to you?
You would do that for me? Sure, that would be a big help. You're taking all of this pretty well, actually. I guess you've realized resistance would be futile.
Not really. It's just too much trouble to fight with you. Plus, it's harder for me to move out if all your crap is still in the house.
Hey now, don't pout just because you've lost some money. Half is still a pretty good amount after all. Try not to be so stingy in the future.
Sure, I'll remember that. Anyway, I took the day off tomorrow. I'll send all your stuff then.
And don't get all grumpy when you get the paperwork for the property split. It's just my legal right as your ex-husband.
Yeah, of course. I want everything to be fair and proper.
I'm so glad to hear you say that, Riley. Anyway, thanks for taking care of my stuff. Riley! Hey, I've been thinking, and why don't we actually cancel that divorce as soon as possible? What do you say?
But why? You're the one who decided to get divorced in the first place. Isn't it a little late in the game to be getting cold feet?
Well, I talked to the lawyer. It turns out you were right. He told me that I'm not actually entitled to any of your inheritance money.
Well, what do you know? So?
Well, since I filed for the divorce on my own and forced your signature, if you brought that up to the judge, you might be able to get the paperwork thrown out. So, what do you think? Let's stay married.
I get what you want, but I don't understand why you think I would ever do it. What possible benefit is there for me in doing something like that?
Didn't you say you didn't want to get divorced? I did what I did without talking to you. And you don't actually agree with what I did, right? So, petition the judge and get it cancelled, and we'll go back to how we were. We'll never mention this again.
I mean, yeah, you definitely did what you did without consulting me at all. But I'm not particularly bothered about the divorce itself right now.
What? But you said that you never wanted to get divorced, didn't you?
Yeah, originally. But if you ask me again now after I know about what you did and why, well, I'd say there's really no path forward for us as a couple. I don't really have any desire to get the divorce annulled and go back to being married to you.
Okay, hold on a second. Now I get what you're saying. But it really just doesn't work out that well for me.
Why not? This is what you wanted, isn't it? I didn't do anything here.
Yeah, I mean, you aren't technically wrong. But, you know, like I said, I thought the inheritance was going to get split. So I already went and bought the new car.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad. I don't have enough money to pay it off with just a 50-50 split of our regular assets. So I need you to help me.
You're the one that spent money that you didn't have. Sounds like a big case of not my problem.
How can you say it isn't your problem? Don't assets and debt both get split during a divorce? You actually have to pay regardless, so you're the one with all the money now anyway. So pay up.
You bought the car after you filed the divorce, though. So that means it has nothing to do with me. And I don't have to pay squat.
Wait, seriously?
But like I said before, you can go ahead and just think whatever you want. It's no sweat off my back.
Riley, please. I'm in a lot of trouble if I can't get my hands on that money. My mom signed on as my guarantor for the car. She's not going to be happy if they start asking her for money.
None of this has anything to do with me. Why don't you try crying to your parents? That makes way more sense than crying to your ex-wife.
Well, the thing is, I still haven't told them about the divorce. They definitely have no idea that I filed the paperwork without telling you. If they knew, there's no way they would have signed the loan with me.
All you've done this whole time is talk about yourself and your problems. You haven't even thought to apologize to me.
It's not that I haven't thought about it. I'm just kind of pressed for time right now.
Oh, okay. You're just pressed for time. That makes me feel better. You might be the most selfish person that I've ever met. It's got to the point where I'm almost desensitized to it.
I know you're completely in your right to say that right now. I know I've been terrible on basically every level. Okay? I acknowledge that. So will you please cancel the divorce? Or at least help me with the loan?
Well, here's the thing. You're overlooking something really huge here. Don't you realize what it was that you did? Do you really think that this is the time to be crying about a car loan? You've got bigger fish to fry right now. Get your head in the game.
What do you mean? That's the most pressing issue right now. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal to you, but to me, it's like a matter of life and death.
Yeah, we've established I don't care about your car problem. But what I'm saying is that the divorce filing should probably be an even bigger concern for you as well.
Are you still going on about that right now? I'm pretty sure I already apologized about that.
Well, the thing is that it's not exactly something you can just apologize about and it goes away. Didn't you tell me your friend forged my signature?
Yeah, so what?
So you forged a government document. That's a crime. A federal crime, in fact.
What? Are you kidding me with this right now?
I'm very serious, I assure you. And I'll report you. Or you can agree to paying me a decent alimony in private to keep quiet.
Oh, you're going to blackmail me, are you? Get out of here.
I'm serious. I don't think you realize exactly how much trouble you're in quite yet. So whether we take care of this privately or in court is going to depend entirely on you and your attitude from this point on. What's it going to be?
How about neither? Do you really think I have any money to settle anything?
I think you must not understand your position still. Otherwise, I have no idea why you're still trying to bluster about like you have any control.
Because it's like this. All you have to do is annul the divorce. If you do that, everything is solved.
Selfish to the bitter end. You seriously have no idea what you're saying, do you?
Who's the selfish one here? From the very beginning, you were the one who wanted to hog the inheritance all to yourself. If it hadn't been for that, none of this would have happened. I know you're trying to pretend like everything is my fault now, but you started this. I think you're the one who has no idea what you're saying.
Oh, you think getting angry at me is going to help you at this stage? As expected. There's really no telling you anything, is there?
Well, if you understood so well, then hurry up and annul the divorce. Do that and everything can go back to the way it was. I don't know why you always have to drag all this stuff out forever, but it really grinds my gears. Just do it already.
All right, that's it. I've had it. I'll send you some numbers later about what a fair alimony number might be.
What? You mean you're not going to cancel the divorce?
Even though we're divorced now, I guess I was still stupid to think that you could be reasoned with. As usual, it was a mistake to expect anything from you.
Please, I'm begging you. Look, if you still want to blame me for everything, then fine. I apologize. I'm going to rethink my whole life, okay? Just please, get the divorce annulled and give me the chance to fix everything.
Sorry, getting back together with someone who would divorce me for money is just not an option. Anyway, you should be happy. You hated being married to me, apparently. You wanted to divorce me so bad that you went behind my back and filed for divorce illegally. Well, smile, Harry. You're getting what you wanted. After that, I left the divorce as it was, of course. I couldn't really blackmail Harry to keep quiet about the forgery, but I let the threat hang over him. Saddled with that and his new car loan, Harry had no choice but to go running to his parents for help. His parents were appalled when they learned what happened. They apologized on his behalf, and then they actually promised to offer me a settlement if I would keep quiet. His parents seemed genuinely sorry, and I always liked them, so I agreed to their request. True to their word, they transferred the money right away. They even paid off that silly car, even though it's way out of Harry's price range, and are making him pay them back everything. Now that Harry was with that kind of debt, even if it is just to his parents, I can only hope that he is going to have a pretty difficult time of things for a while. I, on the other hand, am doing fine. I used a bit of my inheritance to move to a new place. I invested the rest as safely as possible, just like I originally intended, and am saving it for a time when I might really need it in the future. Now, free of Harry and the extra housework and hassle that came packaged with him, I'm completely free to focus on my work and enjoy being single.